Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have What If Naufumi, which is reincarnation of Goku part 1. And I haven't seen anyone else do this before. The closest thing I've seen to this is What If Naufumi was a Saiyan, and What If Goku was a shield hero. But anyways, we'll be doing What If Naufumi was the reincarnation of Goku, part 1. And I searched it up on a few things. I didn't see anyone do it, so I thought, hey, no one's done this. I might as well do it. And I just started watching Shield Hero too, so yeah. But anyways, let's get straight into it. So Naufumi was a normal guy. He was 20 years old, and he helped his little brother, not become a bastard anymore. So he's allowed to live in his parents' house now with an allowance. So, he's good on money. But Naufumi was sorry, that is one of my friends. But anyways, but one weird thing about Naufumi was he was born with a tail. Doctors just wrote this off as a deformity, as, they thought it was kind of weird, but, most people, when they see Naufumi's tail, just think it's a put-on tail. But he always got, dear God, bro. But he always got made fun of for his tail. So he likes to hide it now. But anyways, when Naufumi's down on money from his allowance and he doesn't have any, he likes to go to the library and read novels. As he's walking to the library, Bro, they need to just shut up. Hold up. Sorry about that. My friends kept texting me and I had to deal with it. But I now have those notifications on silent and you won't see them anymore, so don't worry. But anyways, he bumps into two girls. They start walking away right after they bump into him, but he overhears them calling him cute. This is when Naufumi continues on to the library. He looks through light novels, and when he tries to pull out one, but accidentally drops three different light novels on the ground. He starts trying to put them away, but when one of them catches his eye, it looks kind of old, kind of like from the medieval ages. He picks it up. He picks it up and he opens it. It reads about the 4 cardinal heroes. The first cardinal hero is the hero of the sword. The second is the hero of the bow, and the third is the hero of the spear. But then the fourth is the hero of the shield. Naufumi comments saying, "Wow, a shield isn't really a weapon. It's more like armor, When Naufumi goes to scroll to the next page, it's blank. This is when all the blank pages just start lighting up and glowing, and flipping through all of the blank pages when everything around Naufumi starts glowing until it turns white. And then he opens his eyes and he's in a summoning circle with some medieval people around him. There's 4 people in front of him saying, "Oh yes, the shield hero. I'll explain everything." Naufumi says, "Where am I?" As he looks behind him, he sees a person with a spear, a person with a bow, and then a person with a sword. Naufumi notices that there's a shield on his right hand. He gets up and says, "Wow, I must be the shield hero from that book. I don't know what this is. It looks like something from a light novel." As he goes and stands next to the rest of the 4 cardinal heroes, they all start walking down the stairs as Naufumi comments on the air and says, wow, this air is just like it's described out of one of the light novels." This is when someone else comments, "Wow, have you really never been out of Japan before?" Naufumi stays silent as they continue walking. Well, the spear hero comments, "Wow, this is just like that Emerald Online game." As Naufumi has no idea what he's talking about. They will keep walking until they reach the king's quarters. The king says, "Hello, I'm gonna need to Google all these names because I already forgot." Okay, I have all the names now, and let's get started. "I am the king of this land. You may call me king. Now, I'd like to know what to address you. What is your names?" Starting off with the sword. "My name's Renamaki. High school student. Age 16. Next would be the bow hero. The bow hero would say, My name is I already forgot it, bro. Like, hello. My name is Utsuki Kawasumi. Age 15, and I'm a high school student." Next would be the spear hero. "Hello, my name is Motoyasu Kitamura. I'm 21 and I'm a college student." As the king would say, "All right," and start talking. But this is when Naufumi would be like, "Hey, yo, king, I think you forgot someone." "Oh, right. Where are my manners? Shield hero, what is your name?" "My name's Naufumi Watani. I'm 20 years old, college student." Okay, continuing on. The king would begin to explain all this stuff, but basically, Naufumi would explain in his head, or from the future, as a narrator, that, basically what happened is that there's a series called A Wave, and the first wave has already gone here, and it almost destroyed the whole entire country. So they summoned the 4 cardinal heroes to protect them from the next waves. And they have an hourglass that counts down to the waves. There, that's basically it. You will be given a party of multiple heroes. This is when a whole bunch of knights from the kingdom would line up in front of them, and now Naufumi would be thinking, "Wow, do we just get to choose them like you do for dodgeball in the gym?" This is when all the knights would just go behind and line up behind their respective hero that they would like to be with. That's when Naufumi says, "Oh, okay." Naufumi looks behind him and he doesn't see anyone. He says, "Yo, king, where's my knights?" "Oh, sorry, Shield, but it seems no one would like to go with you." This is when a girl would raise her hand from the Spear Heroes party. She would say, Sir Spear Hero, do you think I could join the Shield Hero?" Sure, I guess. You take care of her, alright, Naufumi?" Alright. That's when she lines up behind Naufumi. This is when Naufumi says, "Really? The sword has 5, the bow has 4, and then the spear has 4? Come on, dude. We could split them like everyone could have 3. Forgive me if my math is wrong, but that's just what I remember. Just forgive me, bro. I'm at episode 16, bro. This is episode 1, bro. Forgive my bad memory, bro. Alright. But anyways, now Naufumi would just side off, and he'd be shown to his room with all the other heroes. They would start talking, and the sword, the bow, and the spear would say that there's everyone that it's a game that they know of, and they'd all discover that they're from different versions of Japan. This is when Naufumi would comment and they don't get mad at his comment. I forgot what his comment was. I'm sorry. But the spear hero would say that they all should start traveling the next day together. The king, they'd ask the king the next day about this. Yeah, I know I got the order wrong. But the king would say that the weapons resent each other and that you can't work together because of that. So that's when they all go off with their parties. Naufumi goes and starts fighting some balloons with his fist, and he does a pretty an okay job for fighting with your fists. And that they end up returning to a tavern. They eat, and the princess offers Naufumi, one. Naufumi says, I don't drink, and he finishes his food and says, I think I'm gonna head to bed. If you're alright with that. The princess says, yeah, I'll be out there when I finish your wine. Naufumi goes to his room, and he counts all of his money. He decides to put 10 silver coins into his shield, and then the rest in a drawer. Naufumi would lay down and go to sleep. Since he can't remove his shield off his arm, all he can do is move it around. He keeps it on his arm and sleeps. The next morning, he wakes up to hear footsteps all around. As he sees he searches around the room for his money pouch, when he realizes it's gone, with all of his clothes too, that he picked up earlier from the store. He decides to go. He walks outside and starts banging on the princess's door, saying, "Hey, someone stole all of our gear. Where'd it go?" This is when, he'd be surrounded by knights saying, "Come with us, the king has summoned you," as they'd all be pointing their swords at Naufumi. Naufumi would go to the king's quarters, and this is when the princess would be hiding behind the spear hero, as Naufumi would notice that the spear hero is wearing his the spear hero is wearing his chainmail. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Naufumi has been training in martial arts for basically his whole life, ever since he was 5. Naufumi would see that, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on here?" This is when the princess would accuse Naufumi of raping her. Naufumi would say, "I didn't do anything to you. You're a liar." As the spear hero would say, "Let me take it." The king would say no. And he would just keep be calling scum by the princess and the spear hero. Naufumi would realize that she has the money, and he'd take the 10 silver that he had in his shield and throw it at her. Is this what you wanted, you lying scumbag? Well, take it." This is when he starts trying to walk away, but the guards point their spears at him. He grabs the wood of the spear right under it and smashes them both on the floor, breaking it. The king is just surprised by Naufumi's strength, and so is the spear hero. This is when Naufumi decides to walk out and go back to the tavern. He starts farming balloons. It's pretty easy since he can one-shot them. And, after he gets enough, he sells them. He sees a person in front of him sell a balloon fragment for 1 silver. This is when he walks up, and the clerk says, how Naufumi puts a giant ball of balloon fragments on, and he says, "How much can I get?" The most I can get you is, uh, one, one um, you know, one silver every 5 balloon things. This is when Naufumi obviously realizes he's trying to scam him, and he grabs the store clerk, puts him into his cloak with a whole bunch of still living balloons biting onto Naufumi. He says, "Do you really want to try that? You were just selling it to the other guy for 1 silver every 2 balloon fragments. I don't think you want to do that." This is when the store clerk says, "Fine, fine, fine. I'll sell it to you for that price." As he lets go and says, "Good, and do me a favor. Tell all the other store clerks that if they try to scam me, then they'll be in for a world of pain." "Oh, yes, sir, Shield Hero." As Naufumi gets around 20 silver to spend. He goes and he goes to the spend the night again. So he rents a room, and the Dark Clerk starts to say, "I don't think I can tell you that." Naufumi opens his cloak to reveal all the balloons, and the store clerk says, I'll get your room ready right away." As he Naufumi decides to order some food. He eats his food, and as he's finishing up, four guys approach him. These guys say, "Hey, we could be your party, Shield Hero." Oh, you really want to? Fine. You'll get paid performance. Your pay will be performance based. I'm going to assume you don't know what that is. Not a clue. It means you get paid how much you perform by how you perform. I get 40%, and I'll split it amongst you guys based on your performance in battle. This is when they scoff and say fine. As Naufumi walks out of the bar, as one says, "Alright, that's it." As he pulls out a knife, and he says, "Just give us all your money now." "Oh, you really want to try that?" As Naufumi doesn't need to resort to the, balloons. Naufumi ends up just going and punches him. He sends him flying across the street. He kicks the other one straight into a wall, and breaks the other one's arm. As he takes all of their money and leaves. That should teach you a lesson. As he's walking down the street, a strange man with a mustache and glasses approaches him with an extremely wide grin. "Hello, I see you don't have anyone in your party." "And what's it to you?" "Well, I run a business, and I have a feeling you'll be one of my frequent customers." "I'll tell you all about it if you just come with me." As Naufumi would say fine, as he walks along with the creepy guy until they reach a tent. As they walk into the tent, there's a whole bunch of cages, some covered up by towels. "You see, I run a slavery. We sell demi-humans as slaves here." As he'd show Naufumi his best slave demi-human, and it would be almost a full animal. Since he is the reincarnation of Goku, he would start to feel bad and said, "I think you should set them all free. They don't deserve this." But remember, Naufumi doesn't have like the whole personality of Goku. He's just nicer than canon Naufumi, and it's slightly more trusting. Remember that. And this is when he'd see this is when the clerk would see Naufumi's tail slipping out, and he'd say, "Wow, are you a demi-human?" "No, this is just a deformity I was born with." "Oh, I see. So you don't grow up in an instant?" "Nope, I've grown up over the years, slowly getting bigger." "Good. That means I won't have to take you and say that we're selling the shield hero here. No, okay. This is when he'd hear coughing. He'd walk over to it, and he'd see a young girl, as she'd just be sitting there. And you know, the girl would see Naufumi, as Naufumi would ask about her. The clerk would say, well, her previous owner was very fond of torture. Oh, well, okay. This is when Naufumi would say, I'll take her. As those words just strike fear into the girl's eyes. She's terrified. As Naufumi pays, and she gets a symbol painted on her. Naufumi takes her out to an inn where they sleep. Then they wake up, and he sees her eyeing a kid's meal that someone else was eating. So he says, so when they sit down, he says, I'll have a fried biscuit, and she'll have whatever that kid's having over there. This is when her eyes would light up. Really? I saw you eyeing it earlier. As they'd start to eat, and once they'd finish eating, they'd go out and fight some more balloons. As Naufumi realized he needs to get her a weapon, he'd go to the weapon shop and say, hey, do we have anything she can hold? The store clerk would pull out a knife, and boom. That's where we're going to leave it off. It's been 21 minutes. I think this is good enough. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.